Welcome to Edo International News, straight from the heart of London. My name is Osariyamu and these are the end of January 2019 headlines. We start in London and the Esan Association President of the United Kingdom, Mr. Destiny Ebudage, has called for more cooperation from all tribes that make up Edo State. Staying in London and Nigerian politics has made two different groups of Nigerians take to the streets to protest against each other. Next is Italy, where the Edo community is mourning two Nigerian apparent suicides following the Salvini decree. We're back to London for some good news as Edo celebrate a Benin woman, Miss Jennifer Obaseki, who has just been appointed the head chair of UK and Ireland International Federation of Women Lawyers. Then it's over to Benin, where producers of Benin traditional bronzes are calling on the Edo Diaspora for collaboration to help alleviate some of the challenges they face back home. That and many more Edo news, including a warning to YouTube channels giving Edos a bad name, Edo Special of the Month, Edo Entertainment, and announcements when we come back. Edo International News is supported by Loretta Review. London and the Esan Association President in the United Kingdom, Mr. Destiny Ebudage, has called for improvement in communication amongst Edo communities in diaspora. He voiced his concerns after other tribes from Edo highlighted concerns about not being carried along by the Beninese. They cited the Edo Festival Awards, Edo Nimose, Edo Legends, and Edo Next Gen as events held in 2018 where the Esan and Afemai community were not included in the planning or execution stages. Mr. Ebudage stated that the Esan community have never let the Beninese down whenever they've been called upon, but recently they appear to have been sidelined. Edo Connect contacted the Benin Union President, Mr. William Okeyaine, about these concerns, and he has made a comment saying there is a meeting scheduled this month between the President of the Benin Union, Esan and Afemai to discuss how communications and relations in our Edo community can be improved. Edo International will bring you an update from that meeting once the details become available. Next up is Central London, and in a bizarre tale of international protests, two sets of Nigerian organizations in London have decided to protest against each other to bring awareness to their political preference in Nigeria. The first group, called Arise for a New Nigeria, stormed number 10 Downing Street on the 30th of January 2019 and presented a letter addressed to the Prime Minister Theresa May urging Britain to support Buhari's anti-corruption fight, especially concerning the suspended Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Oneke. There was a response the next day as the second group of Nigerians, called Concerned Nigerians Living in the UK, held a protest outside the Nigerian embassy in the United Kingdom, releasing a statement stating the incumbent government of President Muhammadu Buhari is unleashing fear and terror on opponents from other parties. The Nigerian presidential elections will be held on the 16th of February 2019, and the polls show three candidates are leading the race to occupy Asu Rock: APC's Muhammadu Buhari, PDP's Abubakar Atiku, and the younger Omoyele Sowore of AAC. We'll bring you news as that happens. Let's go over to Italy, where the Edo community is mourning two apparent suicides following the Salvini decree. The first death is an Asian boy, Prince Jerry, who jumped in front of a moving train after his appeal for Italian residency was rejected. The second is Olawale Mustafa, who also died in mysterious circumstances last week while fighting for custody of his daughter, who was allegedly adopted by the Italian government by force. Mama Gladys Amadi Constantino of Together in God's Family Care Foundation Italy has been raising money for Olawale's widow to come to Italy and claim their young baby from the Italian authorities. She has raised over 700,000 till date. To make a donation, please see the account details of Mama Gladys on the screen. Well, both cases have been attributed to the Salvini decree, which was approved in December 2018. Salvini decree, named after Matteo Salvini, the interior minister and leader of the far-right league, means Italian authorities are now denying resident permits in their hundreds and deporting migrants from centers as the government's hardline immigration measures have kicked in. Father Alex Zanetti described Jerry's death as a state murder and a bitter fruit of the Salvini decree, which besides insecurity produces deaths. Next is London for some good news as Edos celebrate Miss Jennifer Obaseki on her appointment as the head chair of the UK and Ireland International Federation of Women Lawyers. She talks to Edo International News about what this means.
If you find yourself in trouble, if you're an Edo person, and especially if you're an Edo woman or girl, it's important that you realize that the situation you find yourself is not permanent, and do not feel that you can be subjected to harm or bad treatment. There's no spell, no contract that means that you should be treated badly. Not at all. Trafficking is illegal. Do you hear me? It's illegal.
Congratulations to Ms. Obaseki, and we're advising all Edos to please contact her office for advice on how to do things the right way. Over to Benin, and Omo Bronze, a Benin bronzecaster who plays host to local and foreign visitors including the German Chancellor, Chevron Director and Professor Paul Basu from London, is calling on the Edo Diaspora to get involved in organizing an international bronze exhibition that can help alleviate some of the challenges they face back home in Benin-City. Omo Bronze CEO, Mr. Phil Otineye Omodame, talks to Edo International News about what they do and how international exposure is a solution that needs to be explored to combat some of the challenges they face back home.
Again, we are soliciting for support from Edo Connect in a way of collaboration and maybe organizing an exhibition for us in the UK. We appreciate that a lot.
Please contact Omo Bronze in Igun Street or email us at info@edoconnect.com to express your interest. Also in Benin, the Midwest movement would like Nigerians to remember two key resolutions reached in their last summit held in December 2018 before casting their presidential vote on February 16, 2019. The resolutions are the agenda to restructure Nigeria through federal reforms with an emphasis on decentralization of powers to states is patriotic. Secondly, the best assurance of realizing the agenda of restructuring and avoiding conflict is for Nigeria to elect a president who is truly passionate about federal reform. Well, there you have it. And finally, it's over to London, and the General of the Benin Royal Army, Prince Okoro Idusere, is calling for a stop on social media channels that are giving Edos a bad name worldwide. The General, Prince Okoro Idusere, has condemned social media channels giving Edos a bad name worldwide. He calls out Dan Iyaji and Naija Watch as YouTube channels that have centralized Edo online conversations across Europe, dressed them up with graphic images of native doctors from Benin, and reposted them to earn money. Prince Okoro stated that their motives to give Edo a bad name when we're supposed to be joining hands with our Oba and our governor to fix Edo State is a very unwelcome development. Since the video was released days ago, members of the Edo diaspora across Europe have called to say they have not given authorization to Dan Iyaji, Naija Watch or any other YouTube channel to upload their images and misinterpret their messages. Prince Okoro also talked about the exodus of economic migrants from Benin-City to Togo and other neighboring harder cities.
Johnny Aji and many others. Even Kevin Ariwami will tell you our Mwelade. Why Webo, now we get no boom with Africa. Or my thing, I look more, no win when no Yokoto, no one, no do tiny bike and Ewola. Eh, here, Amuladian, wait here, or Dakar, or Neboti, right, near Yahweh, no hair. So, I'm able to a decency to near Yahweh where a moral responsibility near Mwina now a Latia. So, Manawi, my doing here near gave Yahweh, Evinana. Only no. See, if they turn in any, if they only use a book so that a team and Pune, a do near a boat tackere, we tack man, only lion.
To see the full interview, go on our YouTube channel at Edo Connect. Next is Edo Special of the Month. On Edo Special of the Month, this month we have two major stories. Story 1, and for the first time, the true profile of traffickers from Benin City has been revealed. In an interview with Edo Connect about her book, My Father's Daughter. Dr. Loretta Ogboroko revealed the profile of Edo traffickers, saying we all know who they are and that we all had them in our households in Benin City, except they were not called traffickers at the time. Please get a copy of her book, My Father's Daughter, which explains more about how morality and upbringing in her case was her only weapon in fighting against being trafficked to Italy by aunties and members of her family.
In our world, think back, in your family, you're a Benin man. Do you know those aunties who are traffickers?
No, but
are they still there? They were there in my time. We didn't call them that. They were all these big aunties from Lagos, Iyimanohua from Eko, or a Mamano Rukbo no Diakima, or by that I mean the auntie that lives on the road next to us. But
you know why I'm laughing?
When they come, all they said, Alex, they came with certain gospels. One, my brother is the best thing that happened to mankind. He lives in the US. Send one of your daughters to marry him. The other one would come and say, oh, my daughters are now in Italy. They just got me 2 cars last week. And they look at my mom. Why are you struggling to send these children to school, to uni, when all you are a petty trader, when you can send them to Italy and they can make you richer?
How many were you?
Oh, there was my big sister, myself, my younger sister, and the last one who is a girl. So there were many girls and just one boy.
Our second story on Edo Special of the Month comes from Mr. Harrison Aibangbe, an Edo businessman resident in London. Mr. Aibangbe is calling on Edos with broad shoulders worldwide to stand up and be counted in our quest to rebuild Edo State. In an interview with Edo Connect last month, he expressed the needs for Edos to unite and join hands with our Oba and our governor and rebuild Edo State.
I mean, there's no time for us to be despondent about, what we are not doing right, or, feeling despondent about our shortcomings. So we are already making the right steps in the right direction. Yet the basics are there. I can see the green shoots of that, but it needs to be organized. It needs careful stewardship for that basics to take roots. I think there are some of us, as I said, with broad shoulders who are either at home or here. We should, take the bull by the horn and start doing rather than talking. And I think that is what people will see, the action, and that is what people would, galvanize around. And I think the time is now for us to start supporting our Oba of Benin, who is there as our leader, and we have seen, the huge achievement that he has made. We've seen the work of His Excellency Governor Obaseki. Now, these individuals, they need all of our support, and this is the time now for us to rally behind, 4 foot square behind these guys, to take this message forward and to advance our cause as a Benin people. Benin people, we have been in existence for centuries.
You can watch both interviews on our YouTube channel at Edo Connect, and do not forget to subscribe. Next is Edo Entertainment. Edo Special of the Month is supported by Loretta Reveals. On Edo Entertainment this month, we're pleased to announce Edo artists will now have their records reviewed internationally, because Edos have an international music review specialist. Owen Edogaweri is a writer and critic of a UK mainstream magazine. He has reviewed big albums including Jay-Z, Eminem, and the list goes on. Owen has taken 2 artists from our Edo Entertainment Control last month and has reviewed their works based on content, message, criteria, and a host of other things. The aim of the review is to strengthen the connection to Edo culture via Edo music and Edo artists. Here's Owen with his first review.
What's going on? My name's Owen and you're watching the Edo Music Review. So basically this is just going to be a new show where I'm going to talk about some of the hottest up and rising talents to come out of Edo State, and I'm just going to share my thoughts on some of the newest music that they've come out with so far. So without further ado, let's start the show. So one of the main artists I'm going to talk about today is an artist named T Cross. He's been consistent with the hits and bangers for a while over these past few years. Very, very talented as well. And one of his latest singles is a song called Oba, which touches on the history of Edo people. And just being proud of your heritage actually. and where you reside, where you're from, you know, the fact that you have ancestors. So the next artist that we're going to talk about is an artist named Wendy Godfrey. She's one of the younger Nigerian artists to come out right now. Her mum finances her whole career. And actually, one of her latest singles is a cover for two Barbara songs. This one is actually called Obina, and it features SK Strider providing a rap verse, which I really enjoyed, by the way. But as for Wendy singing, I think she really showed a lot of great potential. You know, at the end of the day, she's still young.
Thank you so much, Owen. The full review will be out on our next Edo Entertainment Control. To have your music reviewed, all you need to do is send an email to us at info@edoconnect.com. Edo Entertainment is supported by Obaseki Solicitors. Next is Edo announcements. Edos in the UK joined the Omorodion family in mourning the passing of their father, Chief Omorodion Ebowe, who left this world on the 13th of December 2018. He was the father of Dr. Charles Omorodion, the current president of the Edo National Organization, United Kingdom. He was the father of Dr. Charles Omorodion, who is the current president of the Edo National Association, United Kingdom. There will be a service of songs held in London on Saturday 23rd, 2019 to honor Chief Omorodion Ebowe. The address is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, 2-4 Audrey Road, Ilford, London, IG1 2DY. There is also a voluntary contribution going around organized by Mr. Lucky Bonsa. The bank details will flash on your screen. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. That's it this month from Edo International News, wishing all Nigerians a peaceful Valentine and a peaceful election. Please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Edo Connect. Have a wonderful day.